guys, so today I'm going to be making a dish using some ingredients that are definitely familiar in the US, or you guys are familiar with, and some ingredients that I'm from where I'm from, which is Africa, West Africa, Liberia specifically, that I'm used to over there, and it's called plantain, and my Hispanic counterparts might know it as plátanos. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right into it and start making it. You have the plantain ready, and it comes like this. You buy like this in the store. What you do is you can actually peel this off, but since I'm boiling it, you can leave it on. Like, if you don't have to like wash this, because eventually you're gonna take that skin or the rind off the plantain. So all you do is you take that off, and then next you are going to cut it about 2 inches, and for you guys using the metric system, I would say about 5 centimeters, and you just cut it all the way through. And then next you're just going to take the cut ones and place them into water. So now that you have it in a pot, next you should do is, of course, turn on your stove or your heating unit. And then to make your water boil faster, the only thing probably that's stuck in my mind or stuck with me through chemistry class is actually adding salt. And I'm using Morton salt to your water, and it makes it boil rather quickly. Now, something specifically that I have to say, this meal is not a meal that's typical of an African family. This is just something that I came up with. Yeah, so anyway, so while the plantain is on the stove right there, and it's you cut the sweet potato in half, and then those halves you're going to then cut another half. So then you cut it, and it looks like that. And now I'm going to cut it like that, going backwards. Just like maybe about that big. So after you cut it, it should look like this, probably about this big, if you can see. And so what you're going to do is next is saute this. If you want, you can just boil it in some stock until it's soft. When you use your fork, you can actually squish it with a fork, then it's time to add other ingredients. So this is what your pot should look like after you're done cutting your sweet potatoes. You can actually, before you put it in, you can put your oil on the bottom, any type of oil that you want to use, and saute this a little bit. And if you're thinking, oh gross, that there's skin on the sweet potato still left, it's a good reason why this is still left on, because this is the most nutritious part of the sweet potato. So you want to leave that there. Just wash it super thoroughly, and this is where you get your nutrition from, is the skin. So if you don't believe me, watch Dr. Oz. You would definitely hear him say that. So this is what your pan should look like. After you saute it, then you start adding your seasoning, and as I said earlier, it has to be like you can squish it with the fork. You see how hard it is right now? You can't squish that with a fork. So once you're able to squish it with a fork, then that's when you know that's when you're supposed to start adding your seasoning, your vegetables, whatever the case may be. Okay, so now that the sweet potatoes are still boiling, they look like that, by the way. They're still in there, they're still boiling. I'm going to now cut up my onions and my garlic. So I'm just going to, I halved my onion, so I'm going to now cut that like that. And I'm just going to cut across and just have like little teeny tiny pieces. So I cut up my onions, they look like that. Now I'm going to cut up my garlic. Now the fastest way of cutting up garlic, the way that I've seen it done, is actually to smash it and then to cut it. So you cut off your ends, take it to the side, and what you do is you have a big knife like this, and you just put it over there, and then you stomp on with your wrist like that, holding the knife on the other hand. But as you can tell, I have to hold my camera. So all you do is smash it like that, and it should, of course, I don't have excessive force right now, but I'm going to do it and then show you guys how it's. So once you smush it, it looks like that, and then you do not want to use super excessive force, because what will happen is your garlic would then fly from under the knife and go that way or that way, you know, but usually it's to the left. So you want to be careful with that. Next, all you do is, since it's smushed, you just cut your garlic. You go ahead and chop them, and then you cut them across. You cut them whatever way you want to cut them, as long as you have the desired size pieces that you would like to have in your, I guess we would call it sweet potatoes. I'm going to call it for now. This is how I like my garlic, so that's how I'm going to have them cut, and then I'm just going to put them in to the pot once the sweet potato softens up. So now, like I said, once you can do that to it, you see the spoon went right through, then it's time for you to add your other ingredients. I went ahead and added string beans and garlic and onions, and since I'm not sauteing mine and I'm actually just I guess like boiling or steaming mine, I'm just gonna then mix it all the way through and then let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then from there I'm going to then add my other ingredients, which is just my seasoning. Actually, that's what I'm going to be adding into it. I am going to go ahead now and add my seasoning ingredients. I am going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce, and I don't measure anything, but I'm definitely going to say it's, and I'm using that brand of soy sauce. I just add a little bit all the way through. I kind of like eye it. Next in my seasoning is it's hoisin sauce, it's called. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I usually get this at like my H-Mart store, if you're familiar with those type of stores, like anything Asian. And this, I love to add like 2 tablespoons of this into my sweet potato stew when I'm making it. And last but not least, I am going to add it's called oyster flavor sauce, and it's that. And so this kind of looks like a barbecue marinade. So I went ahead and peeled some of my plantains, and now just to top it off, I am going to add my potato stew, and I just add it to the center of it like that. And also what I like to do is grab some roasted eel, and it looks like that. Let me see. It looks like that for you guys. Like I said, I always go to the and I buy my stuff, so it looks like that. And this is super, super delicious. If you like to eat sardines or anchovies, this would be right down your alley. So I go ahead and just scoop some out, if I can get it, and then just put that on the very top, and that is what dinner definitely looks like. That looks super delicious, guys. I'm going to put the picture up, and I hope you enjoy it when you make your own. And comment, subscribe as usual, and please, 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 when you comment and rate, please tell me that you made it, and you tell me what you thought of it. If you didn't like it, just be honest, tell me you didn't like it, and if you did, please, please, please let me know what about it that you enjoyed.